Can you send me that?
Send me that. Do you like it?
Okay.
Who invited you, bitch?
Also, the bridge is unreal. I was just walking with my boyfriend.
Okay, go off.
Brag. And I was playing it in the streets of New Haven, and I was just like,
oh my God.
Also, I listened to it for the first time yesterday, and I couldn't fall asleep last night because it wouldn't stop playing in my head.
Stop.
No, it is
That's
the most
best thing.
addictive song.
Oh, can you send me that?
Can you send me that?
I'm so glad you'll like it. That means so much to me. I'm so excited. It's out in the world. It's crawling around on all fours.
Yes, exactly.
Like a little baby.
Hold on. So let's do a little introduction.
Okay.
Guys. Oh, welcome to Breathe If You Agree. That's this podcast.
What about Breathe If You Agree? Do you like that? You can do
I
that
like
if you
that.
want.
Wait, will you make us a song?
Truly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, breathe if you agree.
Ooh.
Breathe if you agree.
Yes.
That's kind of good. Breathe if you agree.
We are joined
Yeah.
by icon, actress,
girl.
comedian, now pop star, Kat Cohen.
Yeah.
Oh, and podcast host of the perfect podcast, Seek Treatment, obviously.
Isn't podcasting so crazy?
What are we doing?
Yeah, it's just so funny because it seems so casual. You're like, yeah, I'm talking with my friend, and all of a sudden you're like, this has taken over my life.
It's every week.
Yeah,
It's every week.
but it is nice that you can do remote because how
No,
often
it
are you,
is.
what's happening in
This-
New Haven? What's he studying? How often are you there? Like,
Yes,
tell
for
us- give
those
us the
tuning in,
info,
this is our first remote podcast ever.
which is very
Kat
exciting.
Cohen. We were like, okay, so if we're gonna do remote, we want to do someone who's not in LA, and we were like, who should we
Yes.
do? Immediately, Kat Cohen.
I'm so honored.
Immediately.
This is so nice, and y'all know I'm in full court press promo mode.
Oh, of course. I know.
Full
Well, also,
course.
yes. Also, I mean, we'll talk more about this at the end, but you have your debut album coming out.
Of
Can you send me that?
course,
You,
of course.
the letter, not the word.
What do you think
on
about
Spotify.
that choice?
I
Love it.
I love it.
Oh my God, my mic is. You know, I'm trying to get my computer up so I'm not looking down.
No, you're
That's
looking
better. That's better.
great.
Okay. Yeah.
I
so
love
it was
the
sort of-
couple question marks too. That's really I
Well,
love
it's
that
like,
choice.
hello,
Yes.
and it's like, are you responding?
Can
Can you send me a hello?
Yeah.
Can you send me that? Yeah.
No, it's iconic. It's so. Also, like I was saying earlier, the bridges.
That's a true story.
It's so, I know. I can imagine. 2011, right?
Wow, I know.
Which, by the way, then that made me think. I was like, that was 13 years ago.
That's psychotic. And I guess that would have been. I'm like, was it 2011? Because 13 years ago, I guess I would have been, like 19, 20.
You're like, I was
That's
8.
psychotic.
It's crazy. Yeah, that's
That's
scary.
really spooky.
That's
and
scary.
that's why it's Halloween season. When does this come out? It's spooky season.
It's spooky
like-
season, and there's a Halloween reference in the song.
And what's scarier than being 13 years older than you were?
I am always saying that.
Tell
And
me
also
that.
looking amazing in a picture and getting somebody to send it to you and asking
1
over
million.
and over again. This is so
Yeah.
spooky.
Okay, it is the scariest, spookiest.
Okay, wait.
So, what's going on with your boyfriend?
Okay, I'm in New Haven. I'm in Connecticut. Everyone stop
How's
freaking
the
out.
pizza? Everyone loves the pizza.
The pizza's so good. It actually
Is it as good as they say?
It's so good. It's
And
like
he's in what law school?
he's Matt. I'm like his
Yale.
master's Yale Business School.
Wow.
Business. He's like I don't like.
Does the business school have like a funky name, like
SOM,
like
School of Management?
Because
the
there's literally a
Yale
school that's
song.
called like Lord Farquaad School of Business at like Duke or something, and everyone's like, I'm Farquadding. I'm like, what are you talking about? But okay,
I'm a Farquaad. Yeah, no, he's here, and yeah, it's. I will say though, I'm so happy to be on the East Coast because I get a season. Fall,
I know.
gorgeous. It's
I know.
the leaves are falling. It's gorgeous. Are you in New
Y'all
York
are
City?
y'all are both full throttle California girls.
We're Hollywood girls.
and you never look back.
No,
It's
no.
hot as fuck here.
It's hot there. It's actually autumnal here right now. It's
Yeah.
so.
It's like
sexy.
95 there, right?
That
yeah,
has to
I'm
stop.
sweating. It's
No.
If
hot.
you feel safe, Julian, what part of town do you live in?
I'm in West Hollywood.
Okay, down
Yeah.
in West Hollywood.
Like
I'm
LA
gonna keep
County.
on. Well, I'm gonna
Pink
keep on
pony
dancing in my
Exactly.
Yes.
in my
Exactly.
Pink Pony Club.
He is.
Love
I
that.
was just gonna say a detail about where you live. It's like I shouldn't say
Oh.
that.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe not for
breathe
long.
if you want to stalk me.
yeah.
Exactly. But West Hollywood, and yeah, it's really hot here. And you're in New York. What part of New York
I'm
do
in
you
New
feel
York.
safe?
I do feel safe. I'm in the West Village, and I actually,
Chic.
Ooh.
I don't know what came over me, but I was like, it's time to learn how to clean my bathroom like an adult.
Mm.
And that's what I did this morning. Isn't that crazy?
Isn't it scary how much hair
The smell
is
of like bleach on your
everywhere?
hands.
Yeah, my hands are raw. I'm like, is it bad to touch all those chemicals? I'm just like rolling around in my tub like with all the chemicals. Like, is it bad? Are y'all clean, or I'm disgusting? So I'm trying to be clean and adult.
I'm a psychopath.
Yeah.
About cleaning.
Really?
Yes.
Nick
I need to,
is.
like, yes.
I
That's
am
amazing. I want to be like that.
messy clothes wise. I throw like clothes around, but like
Yeah.
otherwise pretty
Your place is clean.
tidy. Yeah.
I
Like,
feel
when
like
you
I'm
go-
still figuring it out.
Yeah, it's a
okay.
journey. I'm convinced that like if you reach a certain age and you're not clean, like you'll never be clean. So I really give a lot of credit to people who are trying to break out of that.
I'm really trying, and because my shout out boyfriend moved in
Brian.
this summer, we're both really trying to be clean, like and make each other better. So
What
like,
is that like? What is the what's on the checklist?
It's more than just we live in a 1-bedroom, so it's like you can't have anything in not the right place, and where it feels like mentally overwhelming. We're both like having panic attacks. But I don't know. I was just looking around the bathroom, and you know when you look, it's like what's it like? It's like it's like how you look at clouds and it looks like you're moving but they're moving. That's how it's like you look closer and closer and you're like, is the bathtub like coming to life? It's disgusting. I can't. People are gonna think I'm just I don't care.
No.
I'm just a girl. I'm just
I think
trying.
people are gonna be like, I relate to that. I love her. I'm gonna follow her. I relate to that. I'm
gonna
a
follow
dirty
her
bitch.
content. No, I'm trying to be clean, but anyways, yeah. So while I was away, he did like a deep clean of some of the spaces, and so I owe him a deep clean in return.
Ooh.
Because there's clean and then there's deep clean.
Yes, deep clean.
And I had
That's
to go in
like-
there with my gloves, with my on my all fours, like
Yeah. You're like, oh, this corner's so dirty.
exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, you get like a huge hairball, and you're like, ah.
I'm like, babe. Yeah, exactly. So
But
that's my morning.
Yeah.
He's helping you film some content too. I saw the
Yes.
video.
You know, it's actually so funny that we went viral this morning.
Oh my god, I didn't. Oh my god. Wait, can
But
you
wait,
send
I
me that?
actually want to talk about this. No,
Okay.
no.
Oh.
I had a psychic tell me I should post more. Shout out to her.
Okay.
And so I'm trying, which made me want to instantly commit seppuku. But I was like, I'm gonna mix it up. I'm gonna listen.
Uh-huh.
So I've been trying to just throw shit up there, especially because I know I am trying to promote the song and
Mm-hmm.
stuff. So I'm like, okay, I have to be like, you have to. It's such a dance with the algorithm. You have to play its games, and so
Mm-hmm.
I have to throw up a bunch of stuff so that when I do throw up the song, it might have a chance of peeking through. So anyway,
Yes.
we threw up. No, this is funny. We threw up this random video. It's of Brian doing this bit, and then everyone's like loving him in the comments, and then I see a comment. This is what it's like to be a woman online. I am not in the video. You can just hear my laugh. Someone goes, "That's the laugh of a fat girl." The comment. I'm not in the video. I go. And not that fat's bad. Not that fat's bad.
No. We have to say that. Yes.
All bodies are beautiful.
Yeah.
But I go, this person is. It's my page, a video that you can't even see any part of my body. You can just hear a little sort of shadow of my laugh. And someone's trying to body shame me. I was like, this is exactly what it's like to be a woman online. Isn't that amazing?
You're not. The fact that you're not even in it.
It's
like,
amazing.
Honestly, it's kind of impressive.
I know.
Like
I got
the way that men
yeah.
will reach.
Yeah, they're like, what can I do to hurt this woman
Right.
who's not even in the video?
He's not even in it.
I got another comment once which I loved, where I was in the video and someone goes, "I can't tell if you're skinny or fat," and I was like, "Same." That's my entire. I was like, "That's my entire." Since I was a girl, I've been trying to figure out the same thing. No.
Did you respond to the comment?
It wasn't even skinny or fat. I was like, I can't tell if you're fat or not fat. I was like, respect.
yeah.
That has been my journey ever since I was on the South Beach diet at age 15.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Wait, you were at South Beach Diet? I went on when I was in high school. I went on Weight Watchers.
Oh my God, WW.
Yes, and I was
I've used that as an adult, and it doesn't.
it doesn't work.
It
didn't. Also, I did it for like a day, and I remember being like,
Oh my
okay,
God.
I'm gonna be, because I was a bigger boy in high school, and I remember
poor
being
little
like,
boy.
I'm gonna get my like points in, and I was like, I'm hungry, so I got like Triscuit crackers and peanut butter, and
It's
I
over.
ate them, and they were like, that's like 15 points. I was
No.
like, okay, fuck this.
Peanut butter. Here's what Weight Watchers hates. Weight Watchers wants you to eat eggs all day. They go have 17 eggs a day, and you can't have avocado, you can't have hummus, you can't have peanut butter. I go, those are healthy foods you should be able to have, and that's where I draw the line with. And they're trying to call themselves WW, so it's like, weight doesn't matter, it's about health. It's like, no. But I was on the South Beach diet at age 15.
What's that again?
So it's kind of like the Atkins diet. It's just like carbs are bad. It's when I'll never forget the rush of learning that sweet potatoes you could have even though you can't have regular potatoes. And I go, the absolute luxury of a sweet potato. Oh my God.
I love a sweet potato.
I'm over it. No, I don't like them anymore.
Did it
But
too
you know
much?
why? Because
this diet.
once you put those rules on yourself, especially as a little girl, once you want to break those rules every chance you get.
That's how I was. I literally have always fluctuated, but my mom always, when I was younger, was like, you can't have fast food. You can't do these things. And I was like, but like in a good way. Not, she's like the best ever. Yeah. But like, she didn't let us
She's
do that.
literally everything.
Like, she's amazing. As soon as I was old enough to like go to Wendy's or I wanted it so bad. Like, I was like, I'm going to be eating this because I couldn't have it before. Now I'm going to be having it.
Down in West Hollywood, I'm going to keep on dancing at that Wendy's drive-thru. Now, what is y'all's favorite fast food?
McDonald's.
Wendy's is so rogue.
I know.
Really?
I love that. I just, when you can get McDonald's and you choose Wendy's, it's so interesting. That being said, their spicy chicken sandwich is special.
I've never had it.
At Wendy's? Do you know what I'm talking about, Julian?
Oh, it's what I get. The spicy chicken sandwich combo with a large fry and a Diet Coke. And if I'm feeling
so good right now.
And if you're feeling really like with a sweet drink, you get the strawberry lemonade, which is so good. And it has bits.
I'm gonna nut.
It's got the seeds in it. It's got like little seeds, and it's like almost like imitation fresh, but it's so
healthy. It's so healthy to have that. I love that.
When Julian and I used to live together, I would like wake up at 7 a.m. to go on like a 50-minute walk because I walk in circles in West Hollywood because I'm a psychopath, and because there's nowhere to walk in LA, so I'm just like, I'll just walk around this block.
What do you listen to?
Seek Treatment.
Oh, that's nice.
Seek Treatment. Now it'll be.
What are your other faves?
I love Finally. Joe Casablaker and Grace.
Yes.
I love Las Culturistas. I listen to the Daily.
Good boy.
Because I'm like, I want to make. And then of course every conversation, especially at Yale, every time I'm in a conversation, I'm like, did you know that there's an election happening? Like, just bring up whatever I heard that day. I'm like, Haiti is in trouble. Just whatever.
I've never been to Yale. Is it so beautiful there?
Where?
Is it so beautiful?
It's gorgeous. I mean,
campus?
it's really nice right now. There's really nothing to do. When you don't go to Yale, there's not much to do.
You should audit a class.
I have. And then I'm like.
Really?
But then halfway through, I'm like.
You're like, I'm not going to read the fucking Canterbury Tales. Like, are you serious? I'll never forget. I'll never forget getting yelled at. There was a lecture. I was in a lecture on the Canterbury Tales. My professor saw that I was buying jeggings on my laptop, and he yelled at me. And he was like,
what did he say?
He was like, why are you bothering coming to class? And I was like, that's a really good point.
You were like, so I can do my online. I'm not going to do this at home.
Like,
so
I'm buying these jeggings to be more comfortable in class.
Exactly. So I can learn and stretch my brain.
You know what he said to you? He said, can you send me that?
He literally wanted the link. He was really annoying.
Really annoying?
Where'd you go to school?
I went to Princeton.
I
was
just
buying jeggings.
I was just with a girl.
Fierce.
At a picnic. Hi, Brian.
Hi, Brian.
Hey, Brian.
I was just at a picnic in a park.
And Julian. Oh my God, and actually.
Hi, boy.
Julian, how I first knew you was because Brian.
Yeah, Blair.
Through Annie.
And Blair. Yeah, at Annie's wedding.
Wasn't that wedding is the wedding that made me say, New Year's wedding is for me.
I literally was the best New Year's Eve I've had, I think, ever.
So fun.
Wait, it's so funny you guys say that because I feel like everyone as they grow older has this realization. Like, I remember when I was younger and I was like, a New Year's wedding is the most like self-centered, obnoxious thing in the world. And then you realize a New Year's wedding is perfect because you have the plan. Everyone's there. You don't have to go anywhere else. It's perfect. It's perfect.
The greatest gift of all.
It's so magical. And the voice of Annie Yoakum, shout out Annie Yoakum, is oh my God, singing at your wedding. And she killed I still rewatch her video of that
voice
night.
You know what? She did a cover I would watch all the time. I can't remember what the song was. Brian, what was that cover Annie did that I was obsessed with? He has his AirPods in. We'll walk around this apartment with AirPods on, not talking to each other.
I mean, that's healthy. I feel like because I'm assuming
Silent
New York, especially
disco.
West Village.
It's teensy.
Silent
It's
disco.
teensy. It's teensy tiny.
He's probably giving you streams right now. He's a supportive wave. Supportive
Yeah.
wave.
Oh my god.
No, but I was just in the park. I was at a picnic in the park because I guess like what else do you do at
That
like
is so
frisbees and
wholesome.
stuff. And
Today
this
you
girl who went to Princeton,
Who?
her name's Kami. She's 5 years younger than you. Hi, Kami. She
Okay,
loves
shoot
you.
me dead. Shoot me dead. There's no one is 5 years younger.
No,
You
she's
can't
younger than me
be-
too.
You can't
Come
be
for
5 years
me.
younger than this. Yeah.
Yeah, yes.
But Cammy
Wait.
cares about me.
What?
Cammy cares about me.
Oh my God, she loves you.
Oh my
she keeps. I
God.
told her earlier this week you were coming on the pod, and she kept sending me your Instagram posts that I had already liked, being like, "Oh my God, did you see this?" I'm like,
Wait, so what's she studying?
business.
Biz. So
Yes.
business
She's
school
a-
is
she's
kind
a-
of like
Business school
What
is
is
like
that?
everyone's like, let's take classes. That it's like it's money, right?
how
Isn't that
long
what
is
it is?
this program?
2 years.
Oh, that's kind of cute.
Yeah, but they all. It's so funny because it's all these like adults who want to not work anymore, so they just
Yeah.
pay like $180,000 to go
Respect.
study and then make more money after. But I feel like they're already all like, "Oh my God, we're gonna miss it so much." I'm like, "You're 30."
Wait, so where? And I feel like you told me this, but where did you meet Boyf in LA?
We met at a Pride pregame before a party called Glam Cox that I wasn't gonna go to, and Julian tried to get me to buy a ticket 5 months in advance, and I was like, "I'm not going to that." And then the
Wow.
day of, I was
No,
like,
Kat.
"I'm going."
It was like one of those things where you're telling your like best friends, the people you live with, you're like, oh, let's go to this pride thing, and they're like, no one goes to that. Like, no one cares. They're like, whatever, it's not our scene. And I was like, oh, okay. This is my first year in LA. I'm like just trying to find my way. I'm like,
Oh
oh,
my
this
God.
sounds fun. Like
Nick,
a
you're
little
a
like
bully. You're a
I'm
bully.
oh, I am. Yeah.
literally. And I was like, come on. And then we had like a little pride afternoon pregame before this pregame that they met. And somebody was like, somebody cooler and hotter than me was like, we're going to Glam Cox tonight. And Nick's like, oh my God, we're coming.
Oh,
And he
my
comes up to me and he's like,
God.
we are buying tickets to this party, Glam Cox. You should get one.
wow.
And I was like,
He paused. He was like, "You mean the party I told you to go to 4
Yeah,
months ago?"
I was like,
Yeah.
Breathe
And then
in
he
for
met the
four,
love of
hold
his
for
life.
four, out
And
for
I-
four. Oh, you met the love
Relax.
of your life. And Julian,
Also-
are you dating anyone?
I am dating somebody, yes.
Who? What's their whole deal?
He's here. He is amazing. And
He's the best.
yeah,
Oh
he's
my
great.
God, y'all are both in love.
Do you think
Online.
there's ever
What
been a
could be better?
podcast with 3 people where all of them are in a relationship? I think we might be the first.
That's a really good point. This is we're 3 of the most stable people in town.
Because usually in my mind, I think
That part.
podcasts
Implies like dating stories. Implies chaos.
Yeah. I cried this morning. So
Why?
About
just-
it?
No, about what podcasting?
About
No.
what?
Oh, just about my brain. I was
You were
like,
feeling, you were
I
feeling
hate-
down.
Just my mind. I'm so anxious. I've never been more anxious in my entire life than I am now.
Really?
And I was like, I thought this was gonna go away, but so
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. That's a good.
Do you feel like because things are going well, you're like looking for something to panic about?
Yeah. I feel like I have everything I've ever. I got everything I
I know.
wanted.
Boyfriend, you write for a hit TV
Boyfriend.
show.
Right. Like I'm doing what I want to do.
You're
I'm with who I want to be
you're
with.
friends. You get to be on a podcast with us.
Keep going. Yeah. And I just feel like I don't know. It's like I don't know. I feel
You go,
like
is that, you're having an "is that all there is" moment. Is that all there is?
Yeah, but also
Is
I feel
that
like-
all there is?
is that a song?
Yeah,
Oh
it's the best song ever.
wait, is that your song?
No, it's just
Oh.
the best song ever.
I was
What
like,
does
is
that
that on
do?
that? Yeah, I just feel like the thing about I feel like having like severe anxiety in your 30s is you're a little bit like, really, like
I know.
feel like there's part of that where I'm a little bit just like, oh my God, like I'm exhausted by myself.
I know. I really just was thinking. It's the dumbest, most simple thing. I was like, I really need to think about other people more.
yeah.
I'm like, I don't want Brian listening too much.
yeah.
I don't want,
He has his
don't
AirPods
want him
in,
to know
don't
I'm
worry.
trying to better myself.
Yeah.
But I'm like, oh, if I did think less about myself, I'd be way happier. That's why I might get a
No.
dog.
Oh,
What kind of dog?
A small girl one.
like a
Name?
like a Shih Tzu.
So these are all amazing questions. I think I could go, we're leaning towards like a spaniel. Like I would love like a King Charles Cavalier, but like I'm gonna be adopting, so I'm looking for like a mix, and I would love like I think I want like a dark haired dog so it doesn't shed if I'm wearing all black.
Okay, I got it.
I
It took
have
me a
like
second.
there's like a really my brother's dog has like light blonde hair and it's always all over me and I look so I'm like for my fashion sense I need a dog with similar hair to mine.
Yeah.
And the names well, you guys know I did foster a dog named Miss Cookie. And that's a name that means so much to me, but it's not my name to give anymore because I already gave it to someone. So
Right.
I've
And there's only
the
one
name,
Miss Cookie.
There's only one. There was the name Candy came up. The name Nina came up.
Oh.
Nina?
Nina's kind of like cunt.
Isn't that cute for a puppy?
like,
Nina.
Nina. That reminds me is with that. There's that. I know you're on Kat. I know you're on TikTok. I know.
Well, you heard about my story this morning.
I feel like there's that like viral sound going now where they're like, Nina, it's Nina. Just pick Nina. That like young girl.
I actually
you
don't know that sound.
Everyone's
No,
TikTok algorithm is so different. I feel like I bring
What's
up things
yours?
to Julian. Mine is
The
gay
cake.
stuff, the cake thing, eating
What's the-
disorder stuff.
What's the cake thing?
The
cake-
restaurant in
oh,
New
yeah.
York that like somebody
Quality-
made this like quality meats in New York.
Quality meats.
What about it?
Someone made
Oh my
this
God, you
like
have to look this up.
custom cake for their friend, and they brought it there. And they're like, "Can you cut this cake?" Or no, can we cut this cake? And they're like, "Oh, it's a hazard cutting it." So they're like, "We'll cut it in the back." And they brought out these like slivers.
The cake is
Like,
like 15
big.
inches
I've
diameter.
never been to that place. Wait, let me look this up.
And they served the like the little tiny pieces, and then they're like, "Can we take the rest of the cake home?" And they're like, "There's no more. We ate it." And they
Quality
charged them a
meats
cut,
cake.
And they
a
charge
cutting
them
fee.
Cake cutting fee. But also,
Oh
like, this
my
cake,
God.
you have to understand, this cake took
It's
this
a
man like
big
6
cake.
hours. It's like a gorgeous cake. And they,
Oh my
Layered.
God, this is so
Layered.
funny.
But the
I'm
thing is,
seeing
and
the
this is the
images.
thing with TikTok, though, in a way, like, they are getting pummeled. This went so viral. They had to turn their comments off on Instagram. Like, it's so funny how now, like,
my
a TikTok
God.
can just, like,
destroy a life and a
your
business
life.
and
Yeah.
destroy your family, your life, a business,
Totally.
your just generations of work and
Yeah.
crazy.
someone, like, someone could post a video of me, like, accidentally being, like, an inch in a handicap parking spot, and my
Accidentally.
whole family, accidentally, and my whole family would be dead the next day.
Yeah,
like,
of
that's
course,
how TikTok
as they
is
should,
now.
as they should be.
yeah.
I know TikTok is scary, but
It's scary, but we love it.
whatever. We'll
Yeah.
all be
Yeah.
dead one day.
Okay, wait. I want to know more about. You have so many exciting things happening. Like,
Y'all
Yeah.
are sweet.
so
You're
much.
sweet. You
No,
don't
but
have to
no,
say
no,
that.
I think it's. I
No,
think
but
it's-
how could you think of others right now when you have so much coming up for yourself? You have an
Yeah,
album. You
yeah.
have a special. You have
You're
a
right.
special
I'll never
streaming
think of-
on Netflix.
I'll never
Dog?
think of others again. I'll never think of others again.
Also,
No.
yeah. Also, you don't have to think about others because we're thinking about you.
Yeah.
I'll let others think about me. I know. I just with the rumination, the anxiety.
Okay, wait. But your special
Where's
comes
he
out
going? My special comes out October
next
17th.
or a week from Thursday. Yeah.
October 17th on something called Veeps, which
Is
is
that
live.
the Verizon thing?
It's Live Nation's thing.
Okay.
What's
Yeah.
Verizon's thing? It's
I
one
thought.
of those.
I think
things,
Verizon. I think Verizon is part of it. That's why it's called Veeps.
maybe it's one of those things that's new.
Yes, it's like a
and
new streaming
that
service.
We'll just discover it together. And
Yeah.
we shot the show in June at the Gramercy Theater in New York. There's a full band. It's really
Amazing.
sick. I have a custom jumpsuit by my friend Kelsey Randall.
Unreal.
Yeah, it's a show that I toured it for like 2 years, and now it's online.
I
so
saw
please
it.
watch it.
I saw that
Yeah,
show.
did you see it? Yeah, I'm
I saw it in
sure.
LA. I saw it
did
with
it all
Bettina.
over. They couldn't stop me from doing it.
I forget how I explain this to people because it's also like it's funny. I feel like this is gonna be annoying, but for the listeners, this is all the reality. Like Kat and I are friends, but like I could not stop laughing. Like the
Oh my
entire
God,
no,
stop.
genuinely. And I Julian, I think Bettina and I spoke to you about this. Like I was like, and I gotta be honest, I'm not always obsessed with musical comedy.
Yeah,
But-
obviously it's horrible.
But yours is so funny. It's
Why do I do
so
it?
good because you're good.
'Cause
at
you're
it.
so
and also
good
you have
at
a
it.
great voice. Like I don't. It's
Boys,
about. It is.
enough.
Yes.
Enough,
No,
boys.
it's not like it's. I'm not not tooting your horn, as
I'll
they
take
say
it.
on the podcast, just because you're on the podcast. Like
Team
I told everyone and their mother about it. Like I could not shut the fuck up about it. It was so fucking funny.
Well, I so appreciate that because I think, like, especially because it's on this new streamer, I'm gonna really rely on word of mouth. So that means a lot to me. Thank you very much.
No, I will, of course, toot your horn, too. I didn't get the chance to see the show, but I can't wait to watch it on Veeps, October 17th.
Thank you so much.
Of course. But I will say I am such a fan of everything you do, including your podcast and your specials and your content as well, because I'm also siding with the sidekick who told you to post more, because when I come across a Kat Cohen post, best believe I will never skip it first. And I have one that I watch, I go back to when I'm sad. I have a folder of saved videos on TikTok.
So
you know, you can
Wait, which
do
one
it.
is it?
It's the one when someone's like, you're like, how long have you been together? And they're like, 14 years. And you're like, too much.
Yeah.
That was so fun.
The crowd work.
Crowd work is just.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, thank you. You know, it's one of those things, you guys know, get this too. It's like, I love throwing up those clips, but it does require so much foresight to like tape every show, go through and hope that one funny thing happens, and then cut the clip, and then and you know this too. It's like you work so. You never know what's going to hit, so you'll work really hard on something that no one sees, and then you'll throw something up that everyone sees, but I do think you're right. I think it's good just to throw stuff out there and not be too precious with it.
Totally. But also,
Shout out to the sidekick.
it's funny you say that though, because you're like, oh, it's just like stuff that like is this or that, and I'm like, that like your stuff. It's the show. It's like, it's also like we were talking about this on the podcast last week. Just like one. It's one thing to have the balls to like do stand up. Like I think it's so incredible. It's just not for me because I'm a little bitch. But also it's another thing to be like really good at it. And also I saw your last show like 4 years ago. And it's also, which I was obsessed with. And I think we became friends after that. Well, I mean, we met the night that you met Brian.
That is crazy, but then the fact that we really solidified our relationship through my cousin.
The neighbors. Do you know this,
Through
Julian?
My
okay.
cousin. Who
So my
lives in
parents live in LA, L, as you would say. And they were these two new men who are gay.
These gorgeous gay couple.
Gorgeous gay couple. They moved into the neighborhood. Yeah.
I remember you went to dinner.
Yes. With Kat. And then they moved across the street, and I was like, you have to become friends with them.
Yeah. One of them is my mom's cousin.
Yes.
Oh, wait, sorry. Finish your story.
No, but we finally, I was like, to my parents, I was like, you have to become friends with the gay people. And so they became friends. And then they were like, well, have your son over, of course. And I was like, of course. So I go over, and we have this like 4-hour like gorgeous thing in the backyard.
And how gorgeous is their house?
Oh my god, it's gorgeous. And I love their dog.
In
the last 4 minutes, they're like, do you know Kat Cohen? And I'm like, and it was also like a week after I was on Seek treatment. And they were
my
like,
god,
and I was
how
like,
funny is that?
Yes. And so every time Kat visits, I go over. I spent Mother's Day with you
me?
and was it your grandma?
No, so it's one of those things. It's like he's my mom's cousin, so I think it's like my first cousin or something like that. Anyways, I have a huge family on that side, so we're all just cousins.
Yeah.
But yes.
So I went like, so we had, and then we also did. I saw you last year.
That was a really fun
so
night.
Nice.
I know. I'm gonna come back in November. Will y'all be around?
Yes.
I actually want to throw. I think I'm gonna throw some sort of like event or something for the album in LA, but I haven't thought about it. I need to figure it out.
We should.
Oh my god,
Wouldn't that
please
be fun?
do.
A little something. Where's like a cool place? Small
In LA.
Yeah, a cool place in LA. Small like
Peppermint Club?
What's that?
Jinx.
It's right here in West Hollywood. It's really cute. It's like a little like almost, I don't want to say speakeasy, but it kind of seems like that. It's like kind of a small, has a stage and like a circular bar.
We went to
kind of
Dylan when Dylan Mulvaney released her single. We went there.
Oh, fun!
I just saw her on Seek Treatment, but it's a really cute, intimate place. But no, you should totally do that. LA, look out, November.
I know.
It's happening.
LA is like it's hard to get people to go. It's hard to get people to go to things. Do y'all agree?
LA is for people.
Breathe if you agree.
I'm breathing. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you say it's hard for people to go to things?
Yeah, like in New York, people are always wanting to go to something and like an event, a show, a party. I feel like LA, it has to be extremely star-studded with a red carpet step and repeat to get people to go out of their house.
I feel like I would personally rather go to someone who I like know and love.
But do you get what I'm saying? Like,
I feel
do
like
you feel that from
totally.
your peers?
Totally. I feel like, but that's like a lot of people in the industry. I feel like, and also I think a lot of it is that like 20 minutes before, people are like, I'm not going. I don't want to do this anymore.
And like shows in LA are always like,
it's just far.
People don't show, and also people go to bed earlier, so it's just a different vibe.
New York is it's a very different
I know
vibe. But I would so much.
Have y'all ever lived here? I forget.
Julian, sorry.
I lived in New York 2019. I got there in August, so I was there from like till the pandemic started.
Oh, okay.
So like not necessarily like a full year or so, but I loved it, and I think I would go out more if I was in New York or in like back in Chicago or anywhere. But like, yeah, I don't go out as much here. But it's not because
that's
of
a good thing.
that. I think it is the going to bed earlier and I'm
Waking
just kind
up
of like
early,
chilling.
blah blah blah.
I lived in so my parents, when I went to Northwestern, my parents moved to the West Village, twins, and so I interned there every summer, and so I was like, New York girl. I'm like, so extroverted, love to party, love to do things. Really wanted to move to New York after school, but I was like, I should move to LA if I want to like do TV, which I'm glad I did. But
for being in a writer's room, it's like you kind of have
it's
to. It's
kind of
right?
like where you, yeah, exactly.
Do you write in person for Loot?
We did this season, which was so. I mean, obviously, like COVID, like you have to be on Zoom and whatnot, but especially in a comedy writer's room, it's like you're on Zoom and you're like, are you not laughing because
oh my God.
the internet connection or because I'm not funny? It's also just like we had like 4 new writers who were like the best, and I got so much closer with them because it's like
fun.
I see them every single day. But no, I was like so go, and then I moved to LA, and Julian will tell you I go to bed. I like to be eyes closed at 9 p.m.
That's crazy.
And
when do you wake up?
6-ish.
That's crazy. What do you do in the morning?
I go to
He
the gym,
takes a walk.
and then I go on like an hour and a half walk.
Oh my
When
God.
we lived together,
I'm
he
scared.
would get up. He would go to bed, get up at like 7 a.m., slam the front door, and go on a walk. So we would know.
God.
I don't know if I've ever been shady about that. But
It was a heavy door.
it was a heavy door, but
Oh my
we would know
God.
when he would leave. It would be like he'd be like, "I'm up. I'm going to take a walk."
It wasn't meant to like be like I'm leaving.
No,
I was
no,
just like
it
I don't
wasn't.
want them. Honestly, I was like I don't want them to die. I'm like a really good person.
Wow.
Yeah. But no, LA
That's
is
really
like it's very early. It's really when I have stuff, which is I don't think it would be that way if I were still in New York. Like I think if I were in New York, I would be doing shit all the time. But in a way, I feel like it was actually good for me.
Yeah.
Because also like there's a cutoff time on the weekends. Like I'm a very social. I love to party. Blah blah blah.
You're 4 a.m.
So I think it's good. It's also just good for my wallet because I just don't know how you guys do it so often.
I have no idea what I do any day. And I have no idea. I'm always so tired that I can't like beyond. I'm beyond repair. I am beyond repair.
But also you're tired.
okay.
But also you're again
I'm
back
working
to
late
it because she's a thing.
I'm horrible at doing. I'm so horrible at like riffing, and I'm always like that was that popular one that's like. I'm working late 'cause I'm. That's me actually trying. That's me really trying. We all have different strengths.
Yeah.
We all have different strengths.
Yeah. But what I was gonna say is like you're tired, but like the thing is, I feel like, and we can be honest about this. Also, I feel like Kat, you and I have talked about this not on the internet. Is that like so much of entertainment? And Julian, we've talked about this too. Is like everyone being like, "Oh, I'm doing this thing, and I'm doing this thing, and I'm doing this thing," but like you're like, "What?" Like it's always people just saying like, "Oh, but like just look out for it," and then like 2 years later, you're like, "What was that thing? What are you?" Or I'm writing this script, and it's so like whatever. It's all talk a lot for a lot of people. And by the way, I've been that person too. But for you, it's not like you are always like you're
that's
always
just because
doing shit.
That's because I only I've learned. Well, actually, I didn't want to talk about. Well, what I'll say is I love celebrating things when they're happening, but I like to keep other things to myself until you just never know. Like this town is crazy.
But I'm just like you were just on Only Murders.
That was really
so
fun.
amazing.
So
fucking, by the way,
cool.
literally
I'm
the most
working
stacked
late.
cast in the world,
I know, it's crazy.
and you're on it. Obviously,
And I was shaking like a leaf with shyness, trying to befriend everyone.
Also,
so nice.
Girls 5 Ever.
That was
Eva.
that was pre-strike. We like shot that a long time ago.
Yeah.
But I absolutely love that show, and
Isn't
I
it
actually
so good?
It's so fucking funny.
Actually,
It's
I
slept
want to
on.
implore people to watch it.
It's
Implore
slept
more
on.
people to watch it.
it's so
really
good.
good.
I wanted to ask you if you could be in any girl group
Oh my
Ooh.
god.
existing, and also if you could form your own right now,
my
who would it be?
That's such a
Like
good
who would be in
question.
it, right?
Who would be in it, and
Yeah.
then what girl group, if you could, any girl group in the world that you could join yourself?
I mean, it's just like no brainer. I want to be in Spice.
I knew it.
Spice Girls.
Of course.
Yeah.
Because they raised me, and they
There's
taught
no
me,
other
like-
answer.
There isn't. It's just like that was so. It was so magical to be like 7 years old in Texas, being like, "This is everything to me."
Which girl were you?
I was usually sporty
Mm.
because I was kind of like tomboyish in my in that period. I was like trying to be cool girl. So
Yeah.
I was like, I like sports.
Yeah. Julian, were you baby?
For sure.
Yeah.
Forever and
posh.
always.
Love. Okay,
Growing
so
up,
just
I-
need
yeah.
Ginger and Scary. And
You know,
we
I will-
grew.
I will say I think what I'm going to do for Halloween this year, if I can get it together, is
Ooh.
from Spice World. Come on, come on. And
Yes.
Come on,
come on.
Come
and
on,
the guys
come
with the
on.
ass.
The chaps?
purple,
Yes!
the purple suit
Yes.
with the ass out.
Isn't Alan Cumming in that part?
Yes. Alan
Yes.
Cumming is yeah, isn't
He's-
he the guy in the toy? No, he's not the guy in the
He's
toilet.
the manager. He's like, we
Oh, yeah.
compromise.
Yeah.
Because they were like
So-
shirtless before.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And now form
That's
your
a
girl
great
group.
idea.
Form it.
Oh, I don't know. What do you mean, like with pop stars
Like
that I like?
or like people you know.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, well I
Let's
always
do
think
4
of, like,
people, including you, right? Or 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, I always think about like my favorite comedian girls, like who would be the most fun to go on tour with. Patty Harrison and Mitra Johari are my girls. We
Definitely.
used to host our show together, and
Yeah.
then I would add to that. I'm gonna do more than I would add
That's-
Sarah Squirm,
Yes.
Ruby McAllister, and Meg Stalter.
I mean,
Sign me-
It's a big group.
honestly, that's
Watch
like,
out, Cat's Eye. Cat's Eye's out
Yes.
the window.
Yeah.
That song is so good. Then it is a hard to touch.
Hey.
God, pop
Yeah.
music is amazing. I love
I
it
know
so
it's really
much.
really good, and you're contributing to that. Wait, how
I'm
many?
trying
So
to be part of the world.
how long? How many songs are your? Are any of them
Okay.
new? Are they all from
So
tour?
here's what I'll say: 10 songs on the album. There's 4 brand new,
Okay.
and then there's 4 brand new. There's 2 from the Twist She's Gorgeous, 2 from Come For Me, and then wait. There's 2 songs that like never made it into a special, but I was doing them like around New York for years.
Okay. Cute.
I think
Fun.
that's right. But anyways, yeah, it's kind of a combination of old and new.
And is it November?
It's November. Yeah, it's technically like a holiday album, and every song has like mentions a
Okay.
season.
That's why we got Halloween.
That's why we got a Halloween hit.
Yeah.
But yeah, we recorded it in London with this amazing producer named Kuros, and we did it in 9 days, and it was just heaven.
That's
on earth.
wild. And you had everything prepared like to go. It wasn't.
Not
it wasn't
really.
Like, oh
well,
really?
Well, with the
Okay.
old songs, it was easy. It was just about like reworking them in like a poppier style. But the new songs, I had some like for "Can You Send Me That?" I had like lyrics and ideas.
Mm-hmm.
And same, I have a song called "I Like Men," which similarly I'd written a lot of the lyrics. But there was a song called there's a song called "I Just Bought a Journal," which which I didn't have anything for, and we wrote it kind of in the room, and that it turned out to be one of my favorites.
Oh, good. That's awesome.
Did
I
you
can't
write
wait.
it in the
In a
journal
journal.
you bought?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's called "I Just Bought a Journal," and I would say it's kind of a New Year's Day anthem.
Okay.
Cute.
So right after the wedding, that's what you listen
Exactly,
to.
the morning after the wedding.
Oh my god, that's
Yeah.
so exciting though.
when
be
you
fun.
write songs, like, is that because we've had some other songwriters on the pod too, so we always like to
Oh,
ask
tell me.
the process of it. So like, what comes to you first, the idea or like a lyric, and like when do these come to you, like during the day, or you're sitting down thinking, or like what is your process
Ooh.
first of a song? And also, do you also do like melody and that, like, do you hear those, or is it straight lyric and then you like find that
yeah.
later on?
It's always like lyric with melody, and it usually almost always starts with the chorus. So can you send me that?
Yeah.
So the origin story of that is, do you know my friend Amy Solomon? Have you met
I
her?
know the name for
Anyway,
sure.
she's a producer. She's like my best friend from college. we were at my parents'
yes, I
Christmas
know.
party
Yes.
in 2019. I think I was like, oh, can you send me that? Can you send, like, she took a hot pic of me, and she was like, that should be a song. And then I kind of forgot about it, and then I brought it back, and I was like, can you send me that? I knew I wanted it to be like, I knew I wanted the clap.
Yes. Yeah.
But yeah, so I come with like a melody and all the words, and then I meet up with a musician who's like more technically skilled just to help me orchestrate the song. But yeah, I just kind of let it flow.
That's so cool. That's
I
so
love
cool.
that.
Are you proud of yourself? Are you like excited about this? Like,
Yeah,
I know that's a weird question, but
no, I think it's a good question. I think it's one of those things where like I'm always extremely proud of the work and not nervous about the response, but just nervous. Like, I just want people to hear it. Like, I feel like it's so easy to put things out and be like, will this go into a void?
Right.
So I think that I get nervous about am I pushing this the right way? Like, are people going to see this? Because it always feels. I think no matter what you do, it feels like do you guys agree? Like, you release something and then you're like, okay, like, it's out. And then you're like,
immediately.
yeah.
But also, you're like, where's the response? What's going on? Hello.
Yeah, but of the work, I'm extremely proud. So I think it's a nice question. But
yeah, I mean, that's what's most important. I also I think it speaks for itself. Honestly, but this fucking single, I was like, I couldn't get it in my fucking head. And that's the thing is that if it, which I assume it will, and hopefully it will, but if it gets like eyes and ears, like, you know what I mean? When it pushes past that ceiling.
That's where we need
it's
it.
Like you just want people to be able to hear it outside of like your fans or the comedy community or whatever. And then if they did, like especially this song, and I'm sure all your other songs, it's like, then it would absolutely take off. But it's just like, you just need it to like,
oh my gosh, I need the right, it's like about the right, it's the Gaga 100 people in a room, like you just need the right ears, the right eyes, the right people. But I have to trust, because I feel like that's so much of this business, and you just have to trust that like your paths will cross with the right people when they're meant to. Like, like me getting to meet Alan Cumming years ago and be at the club, like that's changed my life and been so, that was just like, it's all by chance. You just never know.
And do you still do Club Coming every Wednesday?
I mean, I haven't been here, but I try and do it whenever I'm in town.
Yeah, that's so
I
cool.
love doing it. But yeah, I just feel like if you follow the work, you never know who's going to end up like in your path.
For sure. Absolutely.
That's amazing. And I think earlier you were saying like, when we were talking about future projects, but like staying present in the ones that you are like creating at that moment or celebrating at that moment, which is really special, because we also like something I struggle with too, and maybe like this is something related to why, I don't know, like maybe not, like crying this morning, it was like celebrating what's happening right now, like the little, not saying like right now is a little win, but like just the present wins right now. And like it's so hard in this world right now, in this day, to be like, what's next and what can I do better next time, or like even before something comes out, it's just like, all right, well, this is gonna come out, and then it's like to, you know, disregard the proudness that you feel of that project or all the work that you did put in just to keep going to the next. So like to hear you say like following that work and just celebrating those wins like in that present is so like special to hear, especially from somebody that we both look up to so much, and
that's
also
so
like
nice. You guys are angels.
Are big fans of, like that is a really good reminder to just like really keep like you said, follow the work and like make sure to be proud of that work is something I think maybe I needed to hear today.
Oh, I'm so glad.
Or just in general, because that has been, it's tough sometimes like to forget about everything else, and it's like remember why you're doing this, and it's like what you love to do and it's your work, rather than like what the number is going to be, or
I know
how many likes or how many shares and like all that. So thank you for
I know
that.
It's so true. Like, or even I think with the live shows as well, like if I write a show I'm proud of, I'm like, I'm going to milk this for all it's worth. I'm going to like tour as many places as I can and, you know, do it again and again until I feel like I'm ready to move on. Whereas I think that sometimes I can feel embarrassed, like, oh, they've already seen this. I already did that for them. And it's like, who cares? Like, you know,
that's
I
mean,
too,
a singer is singing the same fucking songs when they go on tour. You know what I mean? It's like, and also I feel like it's like, especially with comedy, especially like, I mean, because Come For Me, yes. Come For Me is, it's an hour, right? Yeah. I mean, like an hour of fucking, and that's the thing is that, and I just admire it so much, but also, like, as I was saying when I saw you live, like, watching, it's one thing to watch someone on stage for an hour who's doing comedy and it's fine.
Oh, it can
but
be
like
brutal.
someone who's like really, like, I kept turning to our friend Bettina, and it was one of those things where I was like, I can't catch my fucking breath. Like, it was so good. No. And it's just, I think that too, it's like, why would, like, if you are able to like craft that in a full hour, you don't know, like, that's what you should tour. That's like, you know what I mean? It's like you don't have to come up with everything new every day. It's like you've done multiple tours with different shows, but like when you have that and it's like there's no interruption in the fucking hilarity. It's like,
that's so nice to hear. I think also because it's like the show doesn't start that way, so touring is what helps it get to a place of like by the end of it you do feel like so invincible, so on fire, so ready to like put it out in the world. But yeah, at the beginning it's like, oh God, I'm so, you like, now that I'm starting fresh, I'm like, oh God, how am I going to build this to something like that? But that's, I guess that's the fun.
How much of it changes, how percentage-wise from the beginning to the end?
Oh, I don't know. I feel like there's some songs that have been in there for a long time, but some of I guess the most recent joke, maybe I wrote like a month before the taping, but it spanned like 2 years of work, 2.5 years of work.
That's crazy. That's insane.
That's psycho. I don't know. Everyone works differently, but that's how I've done it so far. But that being said, that for this most recent show, I had the pandemic to start writing, and now I'm like, oh, I need to make some time. I mean, how do you guys make time to work on your own stuff? I feel like it's so hard to stop.
Yeah, I just feel like it's impossible to when you're like focused on one thing. I mean, I feel like there are people who are really. I feel like we all know people in the industry who are like, I mean, I also would say this about you too, but like they just nonstop every minute they get, they're working. And that's just not, I feel like I was that way and I'm not anymore.
I'm not that way. If it makes you feel better. I'm like very much in bed.
And like, it's like, for example, like when we were just in Loot, like when I was just writing for Loot, like I didn't do anything else.
No,
I was like, I'm going to go home and I'm going to watch TV after. I don't want to write anything. Like,
it's hard. I feel like it's sometimes that like I could do so much and I have so much that I could do or create or anything, and then it just gets so overwhelming in the head, and it's like instead of doing any of that, I'm gonna sit down and think about it and be stressed about it all day, but I'm not gonna do it.
Right.
Exactly.
I'm gonna this time that I'm taking off of not doing these things, I'm gonna actually ruin it for myself by thinking about how it's terrible that I'm not doing the thing, but
that's hard.
I'm not gonna do it.
That's the hard part now about taking off. Like people would take a break, take a second, and you're like, yeah, but like when I take a break, I'm just thinking about what I could be doing.
I know. I think it's about like, oh God, I'll often just like set a timer for truly 5 minutes and be like, just don't stop typing for 5 minutes and just see what happens. I
like that.
I haven't been in that place in a while. So I literally next week, or I think on Wednesday, Brian and I are gonna go to the Berkshires for a few days, and I'm gonna try and like click clack.
Yeah, I think it's also good. Like Julie knows this too. Like I mean, as I said earlier, like I'm a highly, highly, highly anxious person, and I always like to be like doing something.
What if
and
I
feel
got you on some Prozac?
I wonder about that.
I'm on a little bit. I don't know if it's hitting, but
has it made things better?
I only would say yes in that when I've stopped taking it, I'm more volatile.
Okay, well there you go. Yeah, no, I'm definitely looking into it. But like, I feel like I'm always, like, I feel like every time we would finish the writer's room, I would immediately be like, I have already, like, without like even recognizing like how lucky I was to be in that writer's room. Like, I'd be like immediately like, I'm gonna kill myself trying to find my next job.
Ugh.
But this year, I feel like now that we've done 3 seasons, and I have realized that that's not helpful. That's why right now, like we finished a couple weeks ago, and Nico and I are going to Europe next week, which will be fun.
Fun. Where are you going?
We're going to Paris, Copenhagen, and Stockholm.
Heaven on earth.
But I was just like, it's not even like, I think it was a healthy thing for me where it wasn't that like combo of like, oh, I'm going to do some work here and there. I decided a week ago, it was major for me. I was like, I'm not going to do anything for a month. Like I'm not even gonna like, even if I have an idea, I mean, I'll write the idea down, but I'm not writing anything. I'm just not doing it. And I have actually, I was going to say I feel so peaceful, but I just told you I cried this morning. But like
okay.
it is.
Crying's okay.
Crying's good. I love crying. I'm a crier. I love.
But
crying.
have you been feeling happy, or how have you been feeling?
It feels nice to be like focused on things that aren't the next thing. You know,
right.
It feels really nice to just be like, because I feel like I'm always just like, so what's next? What are we doing next? What am I doing next? Yeah. It's nice to just like, I'm just watching this fucking documentary, and I'm not.
Which one?
I watched Will and Harper.
Oh, I can't wait to watch that. I heard
It's
amazing.
really good. I was like sobbing.
No, that's why I'm waiting till I can
Yeah.
handle an emotional
I was
moment.
like, and I knew there's like a lot of that stuff that you can cry at, but like Nico and I were sitting on the couch the other night and we were watching it, and there was a moment where I was just like, I like couldn't catch my breath. It's so beautiful. And it's also just like not that any of us need to know, but like just like transphobia and whatnot. Like watching it, you're just like, and you see this like friendship. You're just like, what the fuck? Like what
I
the
know.
fuck is going on?
Like people
and
are so beautiful and everyone's so cool.
it's so
Yeah.
it's such a. I highly, highly, highly recommend watching it.
It's definitely on my list.
Yeah,
I can't wait to watch it.
Are y'all
And
watching anything else good?
I'm watching Tell Me Lies.
Tell Me
Oh my
Lies.
god. Okay, I watched the first season.
Oh my god, second season's better. I think.
Is it? Okay, I like couldn't remember what happened when I tried to watch the beginning of the second season.
Okay, so me neither. Because
tell me.
it's so slow. It's
Steven
so slow.
abuses her, and then he's dating her, and then at the end of the party, he walks down the stairs with his ex-girlfriend because her dad got him a job at a law firm, and they break up, and she fucks her best friend's boyfriend.
Oh
Well-
yes.
And
Okay.
there's,
No.
there's a whole thing about a car crash and
With Macy.
right.
Macy.
Yeah.
And it was
Macy.
Steven's fault because he was driving?
Yeah,
he was driving
or-
and then he called
Spoilers
somebody
ahead,
else
spoilers
to
ahead.
be. Yeah, spoiler alert. He called somebody else to.
We just told the whole season.
The
We're
whole
like, spoiler
plot,
alert.
the whole thing.
Well, the first season has been out for like 2 years.
Yeah.
He's definitely hot. We can all
He's
agree
definitely
on
not.
that.
He's and
Would
so
you
is Grace
breathe?
Von Patten.
I don't know
Yeah,
if I'm
she's
breathing,
gorgeous.
but
Oh, I
Oh,
think
you're not breathing
he's-
with him? You don't
I
think he's
would
hot?
suck that.
Yes.
Yes. Oh my
naughty.
god.
He's naughty with it.
You know what
I know
knew
I
him
like
first
Breeze Man.
Did you watch Mrs. Was it Miss Foster with Catherine Hahn or Miss?
Oh,
He was the guy in that.
yes,
He's the
he was her
son.
son.
And
What's
I was
the
like,
name of that?
who's
I like
that?
that show.
Miss Foster, Miss something like that. I don't know. Yeah, but they took it off Max. I don't understand why that happens.
Really?
But
What is
yeah.
wrong with people?
I don't
That was
understand
based
what's going
on a book, which I can only assume is a good book. 'Cause I haven't read it. Hey, but if something's based on a book, you can assume it's probably a good book.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah.
Somebody at our a recent wedding, someone in their our friend Bettina and Raph like did a speech, and it's so funny because they took the quote. Same quote was said earlier in a speech, but they had taken it from somewhere else or maybe on TikTok. But it was like,
oh my God.
Oh.
I read this quote in a book, and by book I mean I saw it on TikTok,
Yes.
which is
Exactly.
fully.
No.
How to Die Alone is really good on Hulu.
Oh,
How to Die Alone on Hulu.
I auditioned for that. Didn't get
Shout
it.
out.
Can I tell you what I auditioned for? The
What?
Gay Best Friend.
Mm-hmm.
I've literally never auditioned for anything other than like Gay Best Friend, Gay Flight Attendant, gay. I don't know why they keep.
Maybe you
typecasting me.
shouldn't
My
be
wife is
sucking
always
so
so
much.
pissed. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. My wife is always like, "Honey, is there something you want to tell me?" And I'm like, "Shut up, bitch."
If you took the cock out of your mouth for a second, you'd be
Yeah.
able to go into casting.
My self
What'd
tapes
you
are
do-
just me sucking dick.
What'd you
Me
do to
too.
get this part? Did you suck his
Yeah.
cock?
Suck his cock. Yeah. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Well,
What else
um,
I'm watching?
wait. So
What, y'all?
everything coming up. You have singles out.
Here's what I'll say. Singles out, stream, can you send me that? Use the sounds on your socials.
Oh,
do
yes.
whatever people need to do. Special comes out October 17th. Full album is out November 15th. And then have a Merry Christmas.
And then the year's over.
Yeah.
It's time for a wedding.
Oh. What do y'all do
Yeah.
for the holidays? Where LA or
No.
Chicago?
Boulder.
Oh, nice.
Boulder, Colorado.
Oh, I
Yeah,
guess
my
I
parents
lied.
live there now.
Oh, gorgeous.
I
So
do
nice.
have.
Ski?
My dad hurt his knee a while back. We used to ski as a family, but we don't go anymore because of his
Yeah.
knee.
It's an ordeal.
It's
Yeah.
also. I feel like someone is always tearing their ACL.
Stop. Don't.
Well, not me. Not me.
Stop, Dave.
I don't have those.
But
Yeah,
I do love skiing.
I love skiing. I love to
like
ski.
it. I think it's kind of like scary.
It's
Where do you
funny how
go?
we're just like throwing our. You pay so much money to
Breckenridge.
Breckenridge. Oh my god! I was
Oh,
telling
when
someone.
I ski. When I ski.
Oh, when you ski.
I was telling someone earlier about how I was telling them a really embarrassing story that I'll tell right now about because their phone was broken, and I was like the one time that I was out of town and my phone broke. At Northwestern we did a ski trip every single year, and elevation, lots of alcohol.
Oh,
Woke up,
crazy.
my leg was on. Oh, my leg was on fire. and I was like, "What's going on?"
On fire? What do you mean?
Like my leg. No, sorry.
Okay,
It was
so
really hot. Yeah, flames.
Flames with fire.
And I was on a pull-up bed, and my pants were soaking wet.
You peed?
Pissed my pants, blew up my fucking phone. It was literally on fire. Like, soaked the phone from the piss. Breathe to you agree, exclusive.
Breathe if you agree.
And that was the
that's
first
insane.
day of our Breckenridge trip. But then I eventually, that was the last day I did like acid and went down a tube thing, and it was so fun.
That's
you know?
crazy. You
But that's, like,
pissed
so young.
much that your phone exploded on you.
Yeah, no, literally
That's awesome.
had a full. yeah.
You should do stand up. We should talk about
That's
that.
awesome.
Yeah, that's my hour. I'll be like, and
That's
then
epic.
and then I pissed, and I went piss girl. Yeah,
I love that.
yeah.
That's wild.
Well, we can't wait to spend our holidays with you. October,
Y'all are
November.
sweet. Thank you so much for having me on the pod.
Of
It's so
course.
nice. I feel like we didn't even scratch the surface.
I
Like,
know,
what's
there's
actually going on.
So much.
Well,
more.
when you're in LA in November, hopefully
Yes.
we'll see you at your
Oh.
party. But we would love to have
Also,
you
come on.
in
Yeah.
person.
Oh, that'd be fun. Yeah, I need to think of this party. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me look at
Let
my
us know what we can do too. We're here, so whatever. If you
that'd
need
be so
eyes on the ground,
nice.
we got you.
Y'all are the best. Because I'm picturing like half party, maybe a couple people perform, but just casual, like for friends.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my
Wouldn't
God.
that be cute?
And we'll
I
just
would
be
love,
like,
we would love that.
yeah.
Okay.
That'd
Also,
be
maybe-
so
will
fun.
you tell everyone where to find? I mean, they already know who you are and where to find you, but will you tell everyone where to find you?
You know what's so exciting, you guys?
Do you have
years.
cross-platform?
What does that mean?
Like you have the same name cross-platform?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh
how did
my
you
God.
know?
I knew it because it's a gift and I don't have it.
Well, for years, I had different TikTok and Instagram, and finally, I have the same on TikTok and Instagram, and it's at @cat_Cohen.
How did you? Before we sign off, how did you get it? Did you kill the person?
I asked my publicist to help me.
There you go. There you go.
Shout out.
Yeah.
They're
Well,
good at what they do. They're good at what they do.
I mean, that's what they're there. That's what they're there for, to track down people and be like, delete your fucking Instagram.
It is amazing. Like I worked with them like. I brought them on for like a month when I did my first special, and then for a month this time as well. And it is amazing, just like the resources those gals have. They're so smart and wonderful. I feel lucky. Yeah, it's a weird little world.
I need a little hot publicist in my life.
Yeah, I feel like it's definitely worth it if you have a big project you really want to
Yeah.
lift up.
Yeah.
But y'all know
Absolutely.
it's a wild world. So what can you do?
Yeah.
But
Well,
stick to the
we are
craft,
following along. Yes, stick to the
Yes.
craft, stick to the work.
and the rest will follow.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, we're so
Oh
excited.
my God.
We adore
I wish
you.
We were all I wish we could all go get a drink, but
I
we
know
are
it's
on
kind of
a
annoying. That's
computer.
why LA
Would love
this
to.
is
That'd be
this
fun.
is
We'll
great,
do
and
it.
we're
We'll
so
do
glad
a
you were our
proper
first.
hang soon.
Yes,
Thank
absolutely.
you for having me on Riverside.
Thank you for being our first remote
Yes.
So
podcast.
I know the rules. I know that I have to stay on until it uploads. I won't let you guys down.
Oh my God, you do know. Okay, I just found that too.
Okay, well,
Okay.
fierce. Well,
Okay.
love you all.
Love, laugh,
Bye.
and light. Thank you so much. Talk soon.